Hey there guys, how are you? It's John Madrid here with John Madrid's Factory Direct. Again, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for watching these videos, supporting us local businesses here, sharing them, doing all the things that you do for us, and we're here to serve you as well. And the reason we bring these type of videos for you is not only to help you purchase a new home, but also to help educate you during the home buying process. So the theme of today's video is going to be foundations, all right? So foundations, when I say foundations, I mean like concrete foundations that go underneath your house. It'll kind of touch a little bit on the FHA, which we did a video on that. So if you're interested, watch that video for sure. Call, text, and email us for more specific questions that you have. All right. So I want to kind of go over number one. Again, this is a very brief overview. By no means is it all the details. It's just to kind of give you guys a basic understanding of the purpose of a foundation, the benefits of a foundation, and all those kind of good things. Okay, so let's say, and again, I'm just kind of throwing out random numbers. Let's say you buy the biggest house, which you don't have to. You could be buying the smallest one and still put a foundation under it. But I'm just going to use, let's say, a 32 by 78 house, which is pretty much the biggest house that any manufacturer will build. All right, so the way the process works, and again, I do have a different video on a caliche pad and its purpose. A lot of people call it a dirt pad, a drainage pad. It's all the same thing. But if you get a foundation, it doesn't replace the pad, okay? It serves its own purpose. Again, I'll go more into detail on that in a different video, but I am gonna give you the overview of what the pad is so that I can explain better the foundation. Okay, so let's say you have that 32 by 78. We're gonna come in and we're gonna build a pad, a minimum of, let's say, 4 feet wider. So if your house is 32, we're gonna build the pad 36. If your house is 78, we're gonna build the pad 84. Wait, yeah, 84. Sorry about that, got my math skills messed up. So either way, you're gonna have a pad big enough for your house plus 4 feet wider. What that's gonna do is give you a 2-foot perimeter around your home. That way I also have the expectation that the pad will be further than your skirting and your house for a reason. Okay, so again, that's what the drainage pad will be. And again, I'll have a different video on that and explain the purposes of that. So the foundation. So your least expensive foundation, because trust me, there's dozens of foundations, but we try to keep everything affordable while still hitting the main points that you need. So the least expensive foundation that there is gonna be essentially called a runner foundation without a perimeter, okay? And again, there's all kinds of different versions, but the one we're going over today is gonna be the runner with no perimeter on the outside. All right, so essentially what the runners is, and we have to send them to an engineer so they can specifically design it for your house, but again, just giving you kind of a brief overview. If you have that 32 by 78 house, what we're gonna do is we're gonna first lay the pad out, like we just said, 4 feet wider, 4 feet longer, things like that. And then we're gonna come in with a special piece of equipment and dig into that pad and then into the ground, okay? So that way you have your runners into the pad and into the actual grade or the surface, okay? So it's not just gonna be to the to the pad, it's gonna actually go below. Now, each engineer drawing is a little different depending on the type of home, the type of soil, where you're located. But for this general purpose, we're gonna say that you have to go into, the runner has to be, let's just say 12 inches deep. And when I say 12 inches deep, that's not into the ground. It'll be like your 4 inches on your pad and then let's say another 8 inches into the ground. Regardless, you're gonna have 12 inches of concrete and then it's gonna run the width of your home. So if your house is 32 wide, that runner is gonna be 32 foot long, okay? So you're gonna have strips underneath the house. And then to ensure that the weight is evenly distributed, which is gonna help your house stay more level longer, we're gonna center each strip. In other words, let's say these are 2 strips. The center of this strip to the center of this strip is gonna be every 7 feet. So even if you took out a tape measure, every 7 feet, you're gonna be about in the middle of another runner. So if you have, let's say, just for example, a 78-foot house and it's every 7 feet, if we did 11 runners, you're at 77 feet. So you essentially would have 11, maybe 12 runners, depending on the floor plan and the actual box size. but essentially you're going to have 11 strips on that house. Now, if you had a 70-foot house, you'd only have 10 strips because it's every 7 feet. So the purpose of that is, again, stability, resale value. Okay, so for example, if you decide to sell your manufactured home in the future, the main thing, or most people are going to try to qualify for an FHA loan. Remember, if you're interested in FHA, watch the FHA video. But one of the requirements for FHA is to have that foundation there. So if you already have it, you're going to have a higher probability of selling your home, selling it for a higher value than what you paid for it, or keeping as much value as possible. So there's huge benefits there. So stability, less having to level the home in the life of the house, better resale value, more sturdy, just overall. Of course, if your house is on concrete, like all the blocks are going to be set up on concrete, then it's going to be sturdier. It's going to last you longer. Your tape and texture will crack less. I mean, just overall, there's dozens of options and benefits for having a foundation underneath your house. Okay, so again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Just wanted to give you a little overview of the foundations that we offer. Again, we can do any kind of foundation. This is just your most cost-effective, least expensive option. And we do have 3 different versions. We have some for singles, megas, doubles. We service the entire state of Texas from Abilene to the border and New Mexico, so you're never too far for us to help you. Again, call, text, email us. This is John Madrid. I came direct from you from my office. I appreciate you watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks again, guys. Talk to you soon.